He's up on the hill. They're clearing it down pretty good. Just thought I'd show you him. All right. Well, good afternoon, YouTube. It's a beautiful day here in Tennessee, southeastern Tennessee. Oh. Brownie's over there eating a bone. It's overcast. It's about 78 degrees. And make sure I had the mic on. So I was going to go back to this gourd and continue to work on it. So this is, they call them factory smokes by Drew Estates. Really tasty little buggers. I have another, same thing, they're called factory smokes, but they're sweet. They're even better. But for the most part, this is a really good cigar. So I think what I'm going to do is pick up where I started last night, and all these solid areas I'm going to fill with small holes. Hopefully it won't take too long. I got a small bit that I'm going to try, but if I find that it's not going deep enough, I may have to switch to a bigger bit. There'll still be smaller holes than the top portion, but the size difference won't be as great. Man, it is beautiful. I love this time of year. It's fitting. Mm-hmm. Might need to go get my glasses. Yeah, I do need them. Be right back. For another day. I think it'll work. I don't know. I'm not penetrating all the way through. Thinking better off with the other bit. pretty cool. Sand it down and clean it up a little bit. See what it looks like with the light in it later. But it's got a pretty cool pattern. The big holes are what I really like. I could have done the whole thing in big holes, and I think it still would have looked really cool. There's some pencil lines on it I got to clean off. The battery on the Dremel was just dying off when I finished, so I had just enough. It's one of those days where it looks like it could rain any minute, but it's not gonna happen. Forecast isn't calling for it anyhow. Clean as much as this I can with the eraser that I don't have on this pencil. It's just the tiniest bit of eraser left, but it's doing the job, so. I think the cat is under the shed because Brownie is having a hissy fit back here. Don't think I got enough eraser left. So I had to go on Google the other day. We get for years we get a lot of traffic back here at the house, and it's either for the address on this side of us or for the address on this side of us. Um, and they'll almost always say, "Well, Google told me to come here." So about 3 years ago, I contacted Google and I laid out, you know, basically the three plots were all right next to each other, and I showed the road and I showed what part was my driveway. I showed where their driveway was. Really no need to show what driveway theirs is because the house sits right on the street, so it's like it's driveway's right there, right on the street. The house is right there, right on the street. There shouldn't be any confusion. But we kept getting people back here, and now with the house up for sale, we already had multiple people. When they were building the house in back, because now there's two houses next door, um, we had delivery trucks and everything else coming back here. So I contacted Google again the other day, and this time I tried to really dumb it down for him. I didn't. The only thing I marked was where the road should be, and I'm hoping that that alleviate any confusion. It's not a terribly big deal, but it's frustrating. I'll give you an example. One time when it was really frustrating, I was just loaded up the tractor with the garbage, and I was heading down to the road, the curb, to put it out. It's maybe like 600 feet to the curb, something like that. And as I'm coming down the driveway, somebody is coming up the driveway at me. And I'm thinking, okay, this person will stop as I'm approaching them. No, they drove off the driveway and tried to go around me. And I'm like, I'm sticking out my hand. I'm like, what are you doing? Stop. And I pull up next to her. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm looking for blah, blah, blah. Or I'm trying to get to the house build or something, she said. I don't recall. And I said, that's next door. And she apologized. But where she was at, she had to come all the way up into our yard to turn around. And then I'm down there unloading the garbage, and she comes out and she tries to go around me to make a left. And you can't do it from there without taking the whole road. And I was in half of it. And I'm like, hang on a second. I was like, I got to move. It was just one of those times when it was frustrating. Um, one time's enough, two times enough, but it happens probably, I would say, once a week. Some weeks it happens 2, 3 days in a row, especially like I said, when they were building, it happened all the time. The workers' wives would come to deliver them some food or something. And I had one woman, she was all the way in our backyard on the other side of our pool, trying to drive through the woods to get to the neighbor's driveway where they're building the house. And I caught her. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you're not even on my driveway anymore. You're off on my lawn driving around. And I was really ticked that time. And she was all apologetic and she didn't speak English. But it was just like, we have a gate at the end of our driveway to make it obvious that it's a single family house down here. It's not. There's no other homes on our property. It's just this one. I think sometimes people look up and they see the barn and they think, oh, there must be another house up there or something. But no, nope, just us. What are you doing, Brownie? I seriously don't know what you're up to. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to do with this. I'll wait till later and see what it looks like in the dark. It's pretty. It's hard to get the light to get up into the top part. You just barely see any light up in there. But it's the same pattern as below. Pretty cool.